Okay. We're going to call our March 17th Board of Commissioner meeting to order and ask Todd to lead us in the pledge, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Moving on to item 3, would the clerk call roll, please?
Commissioner District 1, Randy Netherland.
I'm here.
Commissioner District 2, Kevin Schutte.
Here.
And Commissioner District 3, Sharon Trask.
I'm here. Moving on to item number 4, do we have any correspondence to report?
Yes, the Washington State Liquor and Cannabis Board sent in a special occasion liquor license application for North Mason Rotary Club for an event being held at the Hub in Belfair. Washington State Liquor and Cannabis Board also sent in a marijuana license application change of location for the Dab Lab. And we received a letter from the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission regarding dam safety program updates for cities of Tacoma and Aberdeen.
Thank you. I have the giggles this morning. I don't know why, but you just kind of made me laugh. Moving on to...
That is the first time, Madam Chair, I've ever heard that up here at the dais.
Oh, goodness. All right, moving on to item 4.2. We'll ask Mike to come forward.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Department of Public Works was authorized to call for bids and award 4 different contracts, and so I'll go through them real quickly. The Shelton Valley Cross Culvert was, we had 2 bidders, and it was awarded to Cascade Concrete for $101,881.50. So we move on to the chip seal oils, asphalt emulsions. There was a lone bidder that was Albina. They gave us bids per ton, and so we're going to award that. Number 3 is the chip seal rock. There was actually 4 bidders on that. Sterling Breen Crushing out of Centralia was the lone bidder. So that's what we recommend to. And then countywide striping was, we had 4 bids on that too. Stripe Right was a little bidder on that. So $283,191.30.
Great.
That's it.
And that's it.
All the bids.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike. All right, let's move on to item number 5, open forum for citizen input. This is the time we set aside for the public to address this. First, thank you, Frank. We have a news release. We'll ask staff to come forward and inform us.
So this is a news release regarding the modifications of Mason County services to limit citizens' exposure and to implement social distancing. As Mason County is thrust into the need to address and mitigate the spread of COVID-19 to its citizen, county staff, friends, family, and neighbors, the Board of County Commissioners is tasked with creating an environment where Mason County is setting the example for others to follow. The Board is reaching out to our citizens and staff proposing actions to limit the spread of COVID-19 within our community. These actions are the most effective tools the county has available to help slow the spread of the virus in our community. By slowing the spread, we have a chance to protect our citizens, county staff, family, friends, and neighbors who are at risk for severe illness. In particular, this includes all adults over 60 and anyone with an underlying health condition. At this time, Mason County is open, and the Board is not considering staff reductions. These actions will limit the cascading impact to critical services to high absenteeism if large numbers of county staff become ill. These actions may also help hospitals and other healthcare services continue to provide services for those who need them, along with citizens, first responders, and businesses in the coming weeks and months. These are the actions being taken by the county. Limit reception and front counter services for all county offices. Restrict non-essential county business travel by county employees outside the county. Restrict non-essential meetings within the county and use teleconferencing where possible. Limit board briefing and action items to those absolutely essential that can have a negative financial or public safety impact if not acted on. Suspend some commissioner meetings and act on more items less often. Limit public attendance and offer public participation either by mail, email, or by phone. Live stream all meetings for public viewing. Suspend all county advisory board meetings. Close county parks. Encourage the public use of online services to pay taxes, license renewals, submit some building permit types via SmartGov. And finally, to request the public conduct all county business possible via phone or online. Please contact any county office before coming in to verify the operating hours and/or to make an appointment. The more united we can be in preventing the spread and be in this together, the greater the benefits for the whole community. Thank you.
Thank you, Frank. Well, this is a different sort of meeting, and it does feel a little weird not seeing a bunch of people here, but it's better to be safe and be proactive on this. So let's move on to item number 6, adoption of the agenda.
Madam Chair, I move for adoption of the agenda with some inclusions. I'd like to include an item number 8.10 for discussion of the regarding the COVID-19 outbreak emergency housing grant opportunities. And I would also like to add an item 10.2 in regards to surplus property and the sale of it to the Port of Hoodsport.
I'll second that.
All right, we have a motion and a second to approve the agenda as amended. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, thank you. The agenda is adopted. Move on to item number 7.
Madam Chair, I move approval of minutes from March 2nd and March 9th, 2020 briefings, March 3rd and March 10th, 2020 regular meeting, March 10th, 2020 special meeting.
I'll second.
We have a motion to approve the minutes for the March 2nd and March 9th, 2020 briefing minutes, March 3rd and March 10th, 2020 regular minutes, March 10th, 2020 special meeting minutes. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, minutes are approved. All right, now we're going to move on to item number 8, approval of today's agenda. Commissioners will read through the items of the action agenda. Commissioners or members of the public can ask questions or have an item removed for discussion and vote. Commissioner Schutte, if you could read items 8.1 through 8.3. 8.4 has been removed, so I will read item 8.5 through 8.7, and Commissioner Netherland, if you could read items 8.8 through 8.10.
Madam Chair, item 8.1, approval to cancel the ILA for lobbying services with City of Shelton and professional service agreement with Phillips Burgess Government Relations, and approval to authorize the chair to sign the termination letter. Item 8.2, approval of warrants and treasurer electronic remittances. Claims clearing fund warrant numbers 8070946 through 8071036 in the amount of $229,382.80. Direct deposit fund warrant numbers 66468 through 66857 in the amount of $682,437.96. And salary clearing fund warrant numbers 7005040 through 7005074 in the amount of $975,192.75. And item 8.3, approval of the 3 following 2020 Heritage Grant applications totaling $1,179. Matlock Historical Society for $179 for the purchase of archival storage materials for the Radiska Herring Collection. League of Women Voters, $500 toward the cost of creating 6 professionally designed mounted posters that focus on women leaders in Mason County to be displayed publicly. And Mason County Historical Society, $500 towards creating 6 24 by 36 display boards showcasing 6 historically significant communities in Mason County.
Item 8.5, approval to authorize the Public Works Deputy Director, Utilities and Waste Manager to work on establishing internet service at the Hoodsport Dropbox facility, and approval to purchase another Paradigm license and computer to track and manage solid waste operations at the facility. Item 8.6, approval to amend Resolution 2020-20 Mason County Personnel Policy to update Chapter 4.5 Unusual Weather Conditions and Extreme Circumstances Policy to include public health emergencies. Item 8.7, approval to adopt a Mason County Telework Program Policy and Procedures.
Madam Chair, item number 8.8 reads approval to suspend certain limitations in County Code Chapter 2.88 regarding meetings of Board of County Commissioners regarding commissioner participation in commissioner meetings via conference call or video conference, and requirement that 2 commissioners be physically present. This suspension is in effect until April 30th, 2020. Item number 8.9, approval to sign a letter to the governor requesting that the state's business and occupation tax for industrial and small businesses be suspended, along with other stuff. Thank you, Commissioner Schutte, on that. And item number 8.10, in regarding Washington State COVID-19 Outbreak Emergency Housing Grant.
Great. Having read through the agenda, would you like anything removed for separate discussion?
Nope.
Okay. Anyone in our audience? All right. Seeing none?
Madam Chair, I move approval of items on our action agenda as presented.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for the items on the action agenda as presented. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, the action agenda is passed. Moving on to item number 9, other business. Do we have any department heads or electeds that would like to address the commission? No? All right. Let's move on to item number 10. This is the time we set aside for public hearings. We have 10.1, public hearing to discuss approval of budget supplemental appropriations and amendments to the 2020 budget, and ask staff to come forward.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
This is a public hearing to consider approval of budget supplemental appropriations and amendments to the 2020 budget as follows. The non-union general wage increase in the general fund is $67,007 to various departments. In special and other funds, $39,790 for a total of $106,797. In the general fund, we have for the auditor, $3,063 for adding travel that was cut in 2020 back into the budget. The facilities department, $46,805 for janitorial services contract increase, and fund the remaining portion of a 0.5 FTE in the facilities department. For the clerk's office, we have $5,366 for a reclass of the chief deputy. For juvenile court services, we have $5,051 for a reclass of the deputy administrator. In the motor pool department, which is new, we have $37,438 to start the initial operating budget authority, and then fund a 0.5 FTE in that department. For the county road fund, we have $38,925 for an FHWA grant, and $262,000 for a patch truck ordered in July of 2019 that wasn't budgeted for 2020, so we're adding that in. For the sheriff special funds, we have special funds 140. We have $330,000 of a transfer out of cash into the sheriff general fund for $80,000, and then In the sheriff's boating program, new Fund 141, $160,000. And the last part of that transfer in the new sheriff's Fund 142 narcotics investigation, $90,000. And we also have from various revenue sources to fund these new sheriff's programs. In the general fund, $29,432. In the sheriff's new Fund 141, $48,947. And in the new Fund 142 narcotics investigation, $6,797. And those are to create budgeted revenue and expense lines for all of those funds. Then we have lastly, Information Technology, Fund 500, and Unemployment. We have $214 and $150 respectively. Increase in transfers in due to the facilities and motor pool new FTE. So those detailed budget entries are available on the website at www.co.mason.wa.us under Resolution 2020-18. Are there any questions on this? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
Oh, I forgot to tell you the totals. Sorry about that. The grand total in the general fund in the authorized expenditure appropriations is $274,162, and in special and other funds, $976,823. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, any questions? How about a motion?
Madam Chair, I move that we continue the item 10.1 for the allowance of public comment to come into the next week to March 23rd at 6:15 p.m.
One second.
Great. We have a motion to continue item 10.1 to March
23rd.
March 23rd at 6:15.
Is it the 24th?
Is it-
The 24th.
It's the 24th, March 24th at 6:15 p.m.
Got half of it right.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, so this hearing will be continued. Moving on to item 10.2, Port of Hoods Port surplus parcel. And ask staff to come forward. There you are.
Short version or long version?
Short version will be fine.
On February 11th, the Board of County Commissioners set a public meeting for the transfer of real property for March 17th, and we are recommending to table that until May 12th or 19th.
Madam Chair, I move to table that hearing until May 19th, are you saying?
19th.
May 19th.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to table this item agenda until May 19th. Any further discussion? Nope.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. All right. Moving right along, we'll move on to item number 11. Board reports and calendars. Commissioner Netherland, if you'd go first, Commissioner
Sure.
Schutte, and then I will follow.
Madam Chair, I spoke at the hub regarding issues for Mason County and North Mason. I met with the Olympic Regional Clean Air Authority. We did a teleconference for the Economic Development Council. Met with many citizens over different issues this last week. There's a lot going on out there, so I bought a lot of lunches at the Burger Claim out there in Belfair. Stephanie Rollins from the North Mason Chamber of Commerce has retired, and she had a gathering, a going away gathering, so I also attended that. Briefings, we have a League of Women Voters thing going to be aired today by video, I understand, so it might be considered a web conference for all of us if we're all participating in that or watching. 5XL, I haven't heard whether they have stopped their adoption program they're going to put together at the Civic Center. If not, I'll be attending that. Mason Transit Authority, Peninsula Regional Transportation Organization, coronavirus webinar briefings, another meeting with Peninsula Regional Transportation Organization and WashDOT. Have we decided on the Board of Health?
I believe it's been canceled.
I think it's going to need to be canceled. We could set up a phone, but I'm not sure. With all the stuff we're pushing out, I don't see that it's going to be necessary.
Okay, well, we may be, I'll put it on the agenda, so we may be attending at the same time together. With that, brings us back to briefings and start over.
Madam Chair, kind of an abbreviated calendar. Everything's getting canceled, and rightly so. It's imperative that we practice social distancing and adhere to the guidelines that are being put out by both our public health department and the state and federal health departments as well. And so everything that we'll be doing should be done remotely if possible. To that effect, be it participating in our Mason Transit Authority meeting this afternoon via WebEx. Also be on a conference call tomorrow morning with regional chambers, talking about some of the economic impacts and how to mitigate those and how to pull down state and federal support for that. Finally, at the end of this week, I'll be on the WASAC COVID-19 webinar with our local health jurisdictions, getting those updates. Take it seriously. Wash your hands. Stay home if you can.
Don't touch your face. Great. All right, so very abbreviated calendar as well. Most of our meetings are either being live or what do you call it? Videotape, Skyped. And so I will be listening to the League of Women Voters today, their webinar. We do have a Mason Transit Authority board meeting tonight, which is either in public or you can attend by phone. A meeting with constituents tomorrow. We have a litigation conference call on Thursday, canvassing board for the elections on Thursday and Friday, Turning Point board meeting, and various webinars regarding the COVID-19 with different agencies. Last night, Derek Kilmer had a town hall and it was very informative. There are many things coming down from the federal government that should help us out. So let's keep an eye open for those and carry on, be safe, stay clean. Can I have a motion?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
We are adjourned.